Greetings. This is Evan Swenson. Welcome to Alaska Outdoors.
My friend Jerry, knowing he was going to Dillingham at the height of the commercial red salmon season, invited a rather large group of friends to a fish fry. He left the impression with the group that he was going fishing and would supply the fish. He didn't mention, however, that he was going commercial fishing with a commercial fisherman for the day. His friends, convinced that he was fishing with a fly rod, were impressed with his confident manner. As scheduled, a few days before the planned fish fry, Jerry caught the jet from Anchorage to Dillingham. His commercial fishing buddy intended to pick him up, and they'd go to his boat and fish for an open period. Jerry'd then dash back to the airport, jet home, and be there a day ahead of his ego-building fish fry. Only one problem. Storms and tide had kept his commercial fishing partner stranded in a safe cove some miles from Dillingham. He had managed a message that he couldn't make it and suggested Jerry get back on the plane and go home. During the flight, Jerry contemplated what he was to do. He couldn't cancel the fish fry, and if he held the fish fry with store-bought fish, he sure couldn't let his friends know. They'd laugh him out of town. What was he to do? Somewhere in flight, he got the idea that involved me, and that's the reason I got the telephone call. "Hi, Evan. Why don't you go down to the Russian River and catch some reds?" he asked. Knowing the reds hadn't arrived yet prompted me to decline his suggestion. "Maybe another time," I said. "No," said Jerry. "It's got to be tomorrow." "Why tomorrow?" I asked. And then Jerry told me his missed the fish tale. So we decided to give it a try, and we headed for the Russian in my motorhome. Arriving at the Russian River campground around midnight, we were met by the taker of the tolls and given the information that the reds just ain't quite in yet. Since we were already there, we decided to stay and see what we could find. When it got light. I have a favorite hole on the Upper Russian, and we headed there when morning came over the mountains. Jerry also had a pet spot, which I found out was around the corner above mine. I stopped where I'd had good luck in the past, and Jerry went upriver as I waded to the other side of the Russian and found my spot. Jerry disappeared out of sight. Donning Polaroid glasses, I searched the pool where I wanted to fish and found 3 reds resting in the current. They were either hungry or foolish, as one by one they nipped at my Russian River fly, and I moved them out of the hole and downriver to slack water where I could complete the landing. 3 times I tried, and each time a red responded, and then the hole was empty. No more fish. But I had my limit, so I quit and waded back to the trail and waited for Jerry's return. About an hour later, the dejected angler came dragging his feet down the trail. "Not even a bite," Jerry said. "Not one fish in my hole. How'd you do?" When he saw my 3 reds, he just about exploded with excitement. He'd told me earlier he needed at least 3 fish, and there they were. 3 nice reds, cleaned and ready for Jerry's fish fry. I don't know what Jerry told his friends, or if he mentioned anything about where the fish for the fry came from. I do know, however, that I've talked to some of the folks who fried the fish with Jerry, and they think he's the best fly fisherman in Alaska. And why shouldn't they? They ask. He had a fresh fish fry before anyone else had even caught a fish.
When you go outdoors, take a young person with you and teach them by your example what it means to be a sportsman. Behind the wheel or in the boat or on the road or in the lake, take the high trail and practice ethics of fair chase. Goodbye and good luck. May God bless you in the land of the midnight sun, and may your days be happy and long in Alaska's outdoors.